Believe it or not, I was once a college student too, but I didn't study aviation or space physics like some of you. I mean, I'm good with math, but not that good. So I studied finance. Nevertheless, I sat in a seat very similar to the one you're sitting in right now, wondering what the world had in store for me. The year was 1986, probably before you were born, yet I still remember the feelings of joy and excitement. And I also remember wondering when our commencement speakers would finally stop talking so we could get on with the celebration. And if you're feeling that way today, I certainly don't blame you. After all, if your college experience was anything like mine, you've put in a tremendous amount of hard work. You've had more than a few all-night study sessions, powered by sheer determination, and maybe more than a little caffeine. You've plowed through one pile of challenging coursework after another, often feeling you were so complex that only an aerospace engineer would use them someday. And then some of you remembered that you actually signed up to become an aerospace engineer. Some of you may have met the love of your life while at this school, just like I met mine, Angela, as an undergraduate at ASU. I still remember the first date we went on. I took her to a mock rock party. We all dressed up like the coolest bands, you know, the big names like Kiss, Van Halen, Motley Crue. All right. I thought maybe you might not think those bands are as cool as I think they are. And maybe you haven't found the love of your life yet, but you get the idea. The past several years have been full of challenges, triumphs, and fun for all of you. Graduating from a prestigious university like Embry-Riddle is no easy feat. In addition to plain hard work, it takes a lot of intelligence, dedication, and planning. So I imagine that some of you have formulated a plan on how you'll apply the knowledge and skills you've acquired, and perhaps where you'd like to start your career. But I know that some of you don't have a clear vision for exactly what you want to do with yourselves, your lives, or your career just yet. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. When I first moved to Arizona to attend ASU, I was a wide-eyed kid from a working-class family in Ohio who heard from a guidance counselor that Arizona was where opportunity could be found. I didn't know anyone out here, and I had never been here. And the only assets I had to my name were a Datsun B210 and some pocket change. On graduation day, there's no way I could have told you that I'd eventually go on to build an ice cream company called Cold Stone Creamery, or that Cold Stone would end up operating in all 50 states and 31 countries around the world. Even less predictable is that I'd be standing here today as your governor, speaking to all of you as you embark on your life journey. It just goes to show that you never really know where you'll end up. But if you want success, it starts with thinking big and dreaming bigger. Then all you've got to do is take action and look all around you. When you see even a glimmer of opportunity, don't be afraid to take a risk and give it everything you have. When we were building Cold Stone Creamery, we needed every penny we could get. So my wife and I decided in Phoenix that we wouldn't turn on the air conditioner in our house until June, just to save the money. It was uncomfortable oftentimes, but we saw the potential in the business, and we knew that the small sacrifice was worth it. Life never goes perfectly according to the plans we have in our heads, and many of you find yourselves in difficult situations in the years ahead. Maybe that dream job ends up feeling more like a dead end. Maybe you visualize a certain level of success by a certain age, and you just haven't achieved it. Some people refer to this as a midlife crisis. My advice is whenever you're hit with those thoughts and feelings, don't stop. Make a decision and just keep moving. Today's burdens may become tomorrow's opportunities, and you'll never know unless you just keep moving and power through. With your degree from this university comes the Embry-Riddle name, a name synonymous with excellence around the world. But nobody starts out as CEO on day one. So don't be afraid to start small. Some jobs may feel thankless or less than, but no job is. There is always something you can learn. One of my favorite books is called Good to Great by Jim Collins. I think he hit the nail on the head when he said, faith in the end game helps you live through the months and years of build-up. So just remember, whatever the job, whatever the situation, there's always a way to grow as a professional and as a person. You just need to believe in your ultimate goals. You are all very fortunate to be graduating at a time of such great potential and promise around the world. Most of you have more access to technology, entertainment, and information in your pockets than I ever dreamed of having in 1986. But most important to remember is that your future is bright because you have the privilege of living in the freest, most exceptional country on the face of the earth. In America, if there is something you want to say, you have the freedom to say it. Whatever faith you may be, you have the freedom to believe it. These and so many other freedoms are incredible gifts that our forefathers fought and died for. And there are hundreds of millions of people around the globe who are not blessed with these freedoms as we are. So I urge you to never take them for granted. Some of you here today will choose to enter careers in defense of our great nation, and some of you have already done so. This is a noble calling, and I thank you for your willingness to serve. Wherever you go next, whatever you do, I encourage each of you to carry out your vocations with the heart of a servant. Serve your employers, serve your families, serve your communities, serve your country each and every day of your lives. Graduates of Embry-Riddle, class of 2017, congratulations once more. You finally made it to this day, and you've earned it. The future is yours. You have the power to make history. Now get out there and make it happen. Thank you, and God bless.
Governor Ducey, on behalf of the entire Embry-Riddle family around the world and in the room here, especially our graduates, thanks for your inspiring and powerful words. And you, sir, are now an Eagle as well.